Hi, this is Arlene from Twins in Teaching, and we're going to go over how to make a Study Buddy chatbot. So in this case, we're going to use Gemini in Google. So Google Gemini, you can either use the free account or you can upgrade and have the pro account. Either way, you can use the gems. So in Gemini, a gem is a custom GPT or chatbot. So that's the best way to make your Study Buddy. So if you go to the three little lines up in the left-hand corner and click Explore Gems, you'll see that the Gems Manager opens up. You're going to click the plus sign for a new gem, and you're going to give your gem a name. So in this case, maybe I want to make a financial literacy Study Buddy. Okay, so then we want to describe our Study Buddy and how we want this gem to operate. So this is a study tool for high school financial literacy students. Okay, now our instructions. We want to say, assume the role of an expert in financial literacy for high school students. Quiz the student with information that you gather from the internet about financial literacy, including budgeting, credit cards, needs versus wants, and then I can continue on depending on what topic you have. And then you can give it more specific directions about how you want it to operate. So use a mix of multiple choice, true and false, and short answer questions. Or maybe I just want multiple choice questions. That's totally up to you. And then you can also say, if the student gets the question wrong, ask them again in a new way. Another thing I like to do is to give the student information first. If you want to do it that way, you can be specific with that. And then here in Knowledge, you can upload files. So if your teacher's comfortable with you uploading a study guide or information you've gotten from class, you can also go to Google or your search engine and look up outlines about your topic or important information that you need the Study Buddy to know in order to quiz the students. So I'm going to just go ahead and save this for now. This is just an example, a rough draft. So you can either get a share link right now, or you can just start your chat. So this is the teaching section right here before you start the chat. This you can come back to and refine your Study Buddy. So if we go to start chat here, we can see how it is. So let's say ask or quiz me on budgeting, because we've already given it all the information about what kind of student this is and so forth, that it's a high school student when we were working on the gem. So let's see what the gem can give us. Okay, so it says, what is the primary purpose of creating a personal budget? Okay, I don't like this. I want it to first give the student some information. So I learned that this is not exactly the way I want it to be. So I'm going to go back to my gem. I'm going to click the little red or the little three dots, and I'm going to hit edit. And then I'm going to say here, before you quiz the student, give it some brief information to learn from. Okay, so then I can update that. And then we can try it again. Let's see if this is what we want. Quiz me on budgeting. Okay, so here's some information about budgeting. That's a lot of information. And it got rid of the clickable questions. So I might want to go back and say, make it more brief and make the questions clickable. So there's different ways that you can work on this gem. So you can go back to your gem and you can say, make the questions clickable or interactive, and the information brief. Let's see if that makes a difference. And you can also test it here. Quiz me on budgeting and see how it is before you go back. thinking. You can also ask it to insert question or images. Okay, so here, okay, good. This is giving us the clickable questions, and then it gave us some information. Okay, I like that. So then you can go back to your chat and you can start your chat again. Go to your next question and so forth. So that's how a Gemini would set it up, and you can fine tune it the way you want. Now, if you are going to use ChatGPT instead, we can go over to ChatGPT, the free version here. We're going to log out and jump on the free version, and you could use either one, free or upgrade. Okay, so in a free version of ChatGPT, you can use a project. So you're going to create a new project and you're going to name it. So I'll name mine Financial Literacy Study Buddy. You could do like Professor of Finance, Financial Literacy, whatever. Okay, so here you're going to teach the Study Buddy how you want it to interact, similar to how you did with Gemini. You can also, if you're in a free account, or I'm sorry, oh my God. Okay, if we're going to use ChatGPT in the free account, you can go right into New Project. So on the left-hand side here, you're going to go to New Project, and you're going to name your project however you want to name your Study Buddy. So I might say Financial Literacy Professor, something silly. What's kind of cool about this is it gives you different options. You could click the homework tab here, and it kind of like specifies that this is for educational purposes. But you can go ahead and create your project either way. And then you'll see here that it's ready to go. So in this case, we're not actually creating its own custom GPT unless you have the Pro account, or a chatbot unless you have a Pro account. But you can teach this to create quizzes and be a Study Buddy. So you can give it prompts like we had before with Gemini. You can say, assume the role of a financial literacy expert that quizzes high school students so that they are prepared for assessments, focus on budgeting, credit, debit, and so forth. And then you can also add files here. If you have a study guide or an outline or standards that the teacher was using, whatever your teacher's comfortable with you uploading, or you can get information from the internet. And then ChatGPT has something a little bit cool. They always add like different features. You can click the study and learn, and then it puts study mode on, so it knows that you want to study. So we'll go ahead and see what this does. Now it's going to ask us some questions. Are you a high school student studying financial literacy? Or are you preparing materials for students? And what specific topics do you want to focus on first? Budgeting, credit, or debit? So I can say I am a high school student. Please focus on budgeting. Okay, this isn't exactly what we wanted, so we want to be more specific with it. Give me multiple choice questions with some information first. So it gives us a little mini lesson, and then it's asking the questions. ChatGPT doesn't look like it's actually clickable. So you're going to have to type the A, B, or C, or D. So let's see what happens. And it's going to ask us to have a quick check to reinforce just a short sentence. Maybe we don't want that. Maybe we say, no, I don't want this. I want you to just go on to the next multiple choice question. And it will learn from you as you continue to tell it in this project. And then you can also ask it to see if it could give you clickable options. Can the options be clickable? But so it can look clickable, but you can't actually click it. So ChatGPT is a little bit different, but we're learning about the different tools here. So if you have a pro account of ChatGPT, it changes the game a little bit. So let me just quickly log into the pro account so I can show you the difference. And sometimes with a school account as well, they will allow you to do the upgraded features. But you don't need the upgraded account in order to make a study buddy. Okay, in ChatGPT 5.1 or higher versions, depending on the upgrade, you can create GPTs, custom GPTs. People create GPTs and they sell GPTs, they share GPTs. You can make it a private GPT. So it's basically your own chatbot. So you can go to GPTs, explore. You can either go up to the right-hand corner here and click create a GPT. You can scroll through and see what ones are trending. So there's an image generator GPT you could use. There's different ones like are linked with other businesses like Canva to help you create products more quickly. They have education ones. They have different categories here, and you're able to use these these GPTs. So if you want to create your own GPT, you can click create, and we're going to create our own here. So in the left-hand side here is what we're teaching the GPT, and then in the right-hand side is the preview. So we can say, I want to create a study buddy for financial literacy for high school students. Okay. So it's going to update the GPT here. And while it's updating, we can go over to configure and you can name your GPT. So we want it to be a financial literacy study buddy. Okay, it automatically filled this in for us, but we don't have to keep what it gives us. So you're a study buddy designed to support high school students learning financial literacy. You explain concepts clearly in age-appropriate language. This all looks good. You definitely want to read this over. And you also probably want to give it more specifics, like you want a multiple choice, you want a true false, a mix of different question types. Then it's going to give us some conversation starters, explain budgeting in simple terms, help me study for a quiz. And you can add more conversation starters or prompts. And then it's going to say you can upload files. So you can upload those study guides or whatever information that you might have. And then we can upload an image here, like a logo for our custom GPT. Then over here, we can test it out. So quiz me on budgeting. It already knows that we are looking for a high school level financial literacy quiz. So here's a quick teen-friendly budgeting quiz. Okay, so I wanted to come over here and tell it, give the student brief information before the quiz, if you want to do it that way. And then we can try it again and see if it updated what we wanted. See, it's loading here. It's updating your information. And you can add more specifics to your instructions here to make it your own custom GPT. Okay, so that's okay. If we're going to use ChatGPT in the free account, you can go right into new project. So on the left-hand side here, you're going to go to new project. Okay, let's look at Microsoft's AI tool. It's called Microsoft Copilot. And if you're making your study buddy in Copilot, the free version, you won't be able to make a chatbot per se or a custom GPT per se, but you can interact with it in a new chat. And actually, if you notice with this plus sign right here, you can upload your images or files that you have for your quiz, if your teacher allows. And then it also has start a quiz here, which is interesting. So if you push that, let's see what happens here. Quiz me on financial literacy for high school students. We'll just start with very brief. We were not giving it a lot of prompts. We just want to see what this quiz will do. So it says, perfect. Let's put your financial literacy skills to the test. Here's a short multiple choice quiz designed for high school students. Each question has one answer plus an explanation. Okay, so it has like a little quiz card within the chat, which is pretty cool. So this is more interactive. What is the main purpose of a budget? Okay, so and it looks like it'll continue. You click the little arrow. That's really neat. Okay, but we want maybe it to be a little bit different. So we want to say, give me information about each question first. Okay, so it's giving me a little information about a budget. Okay, it's giving me all the information to prepare for the quiz. So you can either keep it that way, or you can ask it, can you please give me the information before each question? You may or may not be able to have it do short answers depending on the version and whether you have a free account or not. So this is another option, Microsoft Copilot. And it looks like you have image options and things. And then I believe it shares your chat conversations. So here under conversations, it shared your quiz. So you'll be able to go back to it if you log out and log back in.